Hello, my name's Sam and you're watching my channel So That Sparkle with Sam, and today we're all so fruity. So this is my challenge video for hashtag SoFruity24, run by the lovely Blossom Sandwich, which is Yvette, who is also the co-founder of the wonderful Stash Hub with her lovely husband Doug. So I have decided to take part in So Fruity this year. I did take part last year as well and really enjoyed it. So my kind of creative cogs have been going all year, thinking about what I'm going to do for this year. What I am wearing, I have gone fruity. I mean, why not? So I am wearing a sagebrush top in this lovely cotton fabric. I can't decide whether it is peaches or apricots or oranges. It's definitely fruit, but what fruit it is exactly, I'm not 100% sure. This is one of the first sagebrushes that I made, so it's got its full poof. I do actually take a little bit of the poofiness out of the sleeves when I make them now, but actually, you know, sometimes you just feel a bit poofy. And yeah, so this is one idea. You could definitely do a sagebrush. I tend to get a sagebrush with just over 1 meter of fabric. So if you've got like a little fruity print, then a sagebrush is a great one, because for the challenge, you need to sew any item with a fruit theme, any item. So it doesn't have to be a garment, and I'll go into a bit more of that in some of the things that I am going to make this year. And you need to share it on Instagram. Now, this is a bit different this year. You need to share it on Instagram on a particular day. So on June 30th, you need to go over to Instagram and you need to share it. And you also need to make sure that you tag at Blossom Sandwich, which is Yvette, into the Instagram. You need to actually tag her into the picture so that she sees it. And then the prize winners will be announced in early July when she's gone through them all. So very exciting. Now, there will already have been a week of vloggers this week, and I think I am the last one this week and then next week. So after me, I believe it is Judy from Running So&So, my lovely Sew 7 Together friend. So yeah, so go and check out everyone before, and definitely don't forget to go and check Judy out tomorrow. So I think that's all the T's and C's done. So shall we get on with what my plans are? Let's. So there's a little bit of a backstory, as there always is for me. So as some of you may know if you've watched me before, I'm fairly new. I've been sewing for a little while, but I've only been dressmaking for about 2 to 3 years. And so a lot of the fabrics in my stash were more crafty fabrics than dressmaking fabrics. Definitely not now. Now I would say there's lots more dressmaking fabrics than crafty fabrics, but I still have a little stash of crafty fabrics. And so for things like So Fruity, I do tend to get those out, and I find it as a kind of a good excuse to use them up. Now, some of when I say crafting fabrics, you can use for dressmaking. You just need to be a little bit mindful about what patterns that you use. So taking my inspiration from the Sewing Bee this year, and I did treat myself to the Back to Basics book. And I'm also noticing that in each of the weeks this series, they are choosing one of the patterns from this book. So I thought, oh, I think I might choose one of the patterns for this book for the So Fruity. Now, it was a really difficult choice because there was really so many that I could have chosen. I do actually like them all, but the one I went for was one that I thought that I would wear the most in the print that I've chosen. So I've gone for the cami shorts, the cami top and shorts set. And the idea is for me to wear them as pajamas. So, and of course, I now, having marked the page, cannot find them. And here they are. So as you can see, it's a shorts and cami set. Nice for kind of holiday pajamas, or for me just everyday pajamas, and I have decided to make them in this peachy fabric. Now, as you can see, I've already started. So I've got this lovely peachy fabric for the main shorts, and I've got this lovely navy blue that are the actual cuffs on the shorts, and I've made the main part of the shorts, but I haven't put the waistband in yet, and I haven't finished them, but I have made a start. So those are the shorts, and then the cami top is all in bits. But I had 2 meters of this peachy fabric, and I've literally used every last bit, including the little strip of navy blue that I had to use to make the legs a little bit longer, so they weren't too indecent. I mean, I know they're for pajamas, but you know, you still got to wake up in the morning and nip to the loo and clean your teeth in your pajamas, haven't you? So you need to be covered up. So yeah, but I used all 2 meters. Now, this is a quilting cotton, so it does tend to be a bit narrower. So it is only 112 centimeters wide, which is why I think if it had been wider fabric, I wouldn't have needed quite that much, or it wouldn't have been quite so tight. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to making them up and having myself a pair of peachy pajamas. And also really looking forward to having a make done from that book, because I am hoping to go through the book at some stage, and yeah, and try them all. Why not? So the next idea I've got for So Fruity is that one of my lovely friends from work has had a little boy, and he is turning 1, which is very exciting. And he is really into the Hungry Caterpillar. Well, I think Mum's really into the Hungry Caterpillar. So I made a dress a few years ago for a little girl, and I had quite a few scraps of the Hungry Caterpillar left. So I have got all my scraps out, and I've basically made all of my scraps into these 6-inch triangles. And yeah, and as you can see, they have got a fruity theme because of the foods they eat. So some of them have got apples, oranges, strawberries, plums. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew them together and make a little strip of bunting with this lovely spotty pre-made bias tape that I have, and make him a little birthday gift of bunting. So that's quite a good idea if you really want to take part in So Fruity and be in chance of winning a prize, but you are a little bit time poor in June, which I totally get. Then this is quite a nice, quick and easy thing that you could do. And also, if you do have just a few kind of random fruity fat quarters, it's a good way of using those up. So that's my number 2 idea. The third idea is, now I have quite a lot of this gorgeous fabric, and I've made quite a few crafty things with it over the years, and I do really love it. And I got it out to make something this month, and I thought, and it hadn't even occurred to me that this would qualify as So Fruity, because I'm thinking like chocolate is the opposite of fruit, but actually, if you look really closely into the print, there's strawberries in there, there's cherries in there, there's raspberries in there. Yeah, so you know, that definitely qualifies as being fruity. So what I'm going to make with these is we are desperate for a new pair of oven gloves. So I am going to be using the pattern tutorial that I did for Always Knitting and Sewing, and I will put the link for that down below. And I'm going to make myself a new pair of oven gloves. You do need special interfacing. Again, I explain everything in the tutorial, but they are quite a quick and easy make, and they're also very good to give as gifts as well. So I am going to make us a new pair of oven gloves because I just think they're really cool. It's great for baking, and it's also qualifies for So Fruity because it has fruit on it. The other thing, while I have this fabric out, the other thing that I am going to make with this fabric is a little gift bag for my dad, because it's Father's Day this month and he has a very, very sweet tooth. He loves chocolate. So I'm going to make him a little gift bag for his present to go into. So it's always quite good. I find that if if you're getting your crafting fabrics out, it's always good to kind of get your crafting on while you're going. So that's those ones. Now the other kind of fruity fabric that I've got is this, and it is, again, it's 2 meters, just like the peachy one. So this is exactly what I had to play with the peachy one. So I could do another pajama set, but I'm thinking I don't really want to do another pajama set. So this one, I'm asking you, do you have any ideas of what I could make with this lemony fabric? So I've got 2 meters. As I said, it's not very wide. It's only 112 centimeters wide. Yeah, it's nice and soft. Over to you. What do you think? What do you think I should make with that lemony fabric? So on to my last idea. Now this really is an idea for if you have not got any fruity fabric. If you think, well, actually, I don't have any fruity fabric, how can I take part in So Fruity? So I've been thinking about this a lot, and one thing that I really, really want to make is I want to make the new Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress. Now it's only just come out this week. I've had my eye on it for a little while because we get a sneaky peek from the shop, and I really want to make it. And I want to make this version here. So I want to make the midi length with the v-neck, and then it's got buttons all the way down the front. Don't know whether you can see. So it's a lovely, lovely pattern. And I'll just read you what the pattern says about it. So it says, meet your new favourite sewing pattern. Nell is a timeless, easy to wear style that you will be on regular rotation in your wardrobe, with 4 blouse and dress options, 4 sleeve styles. So there's so much in this pattern. The only question is, which version will you make first? So I've decided to keep it simple and just go with a really simple version with the buttons down the front, because I love the tie idea with the ties as decoration, and then you pop little poppers on so it doesn't do up with the ties, so it keeps all of your modesty intact. But the buttons is where I'm going to get fruity. So you see what I'm doing? So the fabric that I've decided to choose is this, which is a lovely cotton chambray that I got from, oh, where did I get this from? So Hayley Jane. This came in the So Hayley Jane box. I've got 2.5 meters. It does say it needs 2.7 for the midi dress, but I'm quite short and I can normally get away with Tilly's patterns. I can normally get away with a little bit less, but if I have to have a slightly shorter dress, so be it. That's the fabric that I have, and that's the fabric that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to get my fruity on. So I've got 2 options for buttons. So Yvette was very clear that it doesn't have to be fruit, it can be fruity colours. So my first idea is to use lots of fruity coloured buttons, and obviously I'll use, it takes 11 or 12 buttons for the dress. So I thought I could go with the raspberry, the lime, the lemon, the orange, the rosy red apple, kind of all of those colours. Or I could actually go for a fruity button. So here I've got a little strawberry. I have only got 6 of these, but I could probably use them somewhere in the makes. Or I have actually popped an order in. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you them because they're still in the post, but I'll put a picture up of them here. Now, my favourite button company, the Buttonny Biscuit Base, Button Co, fabulous. I have ordered some buttons from them, and they are actually the shape of the fruits. I've ordered 12. So the whole idea is that they will go down my very plain kind of denim dress, but to give it the fruity feel. And I think that's a great way to take part in So Fruity, because if you're not really into your, your kind of fruity prints or your bold, nothing wrong with bold, vibrant prints. I love them. But if you're not into that, that's still a way that you can take part. And then again, I'm going to add a fruity label. So I've got a couple of options for fruity labels. I've got this lovely label that I got in one of my Beyond the Pink Door boxes that says, "You're the zest," which is the lemon one. And then I've got this one that says, "Hello Summer," and it's got a pineapple on. That one always makes me smile. And then I've also got this one, which is not necessarily fruity, but it does give me watermelon vibes. And it says, "I made this." So I'm going to go with a fruity label and some fruity buttons on my Nell dress. So let me just tell you a little bit more about how I intend to make the Nell. Now, I've had a good look at the finished garment measurements, and there is a lot of ease. Now, 11 inches of ease in the waist in this dress between the finished garment sizes and the body measurements. So bear that in mind when you're choosing the sizes, because I don't always go mad for very oversized dresses, because they just tend to make me look a little bit wider than I already am. So yeah, bear that in mind. So I'm normally a Tilly in the buttons. If you go on my body measurements, I'm a 5. I tend to always cut a 4. On this pattern, I'm tempted to cut a 3, just because on the finished garment sizes, I'll just give you an idea of what it says. So for the 3, even though it says the body measurements for a 3 is a waist of 28 inches, and my waist is a bit larger than that, it does say that there is 39 inches in the finished garment, which is still 8 to 9 inches of ease for my body measurements. So I'm kind of thinking I'll still get the look, but without it being too oversized. Now, I will keep you filled in and let you know how I get on, because obviously it's quite a new pattern. But I'm thinking, do you know what, Sam? Give it a go. You've got a fabric that you haven't used. I've been trying to think of how I can use this fabric, and then matching it with the little fruity buttons I think will look really cool. So don't forget to go and check out all of the other #SoFruity24 vlogs. And don't forget on the 30th of June to go onto Instagram. And you never know, you might win a prize. So take care. Don't forget to sparkle. See you really soon. Bye for now.